What's good, YouTube? It's Nas and we back with another video. Road to 400 subscribers, of course. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga situation. It's being really dragged out now. It's been a month. Yeah, it's been a month. I'm uploading this July 31st. Maybe he gets a deal tomorrow. Maybe he doesn't. But the Warriors have made no significant moves in the free agency, and that's all not long on the lines of Jonathan Kuminga. Like, they want to retain Jonathan Kuminga, and Jonathan Kuminga feels like the Warriors stinted his growth. And from Jonathan Kuminga's standpoint, like, I can see how he feels, because in the playoffs, obviously, he was a DNP some games, and then as soon as he started to get minutes, when Curry went out, Jonathan Kuminga looked like the best player on the floor, and now he wants to be paid as such, and he wants a team so he could fully develop into that lottery pick that he was for the Warriors back in 2021. And the Warriors situation, like, they've never been able to develop talent. That's what confuses me about the Warriors. Like, the only talent they was able to develop, Curry, Clay, Draymond, obviously. You had Jordan Poole, which obviously Draymond punched him in his face, and Jordan Poole wanted to leave. And it's been nothing but drama for the last couple of seasons with the Warriors in the offseason standpoint. Like, I don't think they've gotten better in obviously competitive Western Conference. Like, it's going to be hard for them to make the playoffs next season with the roster they have right now. Yes, you can never count out Steph Curry, but you're putting all of the work, all of the shoulders on a 37-year-old who's going to be 38 when it comes April next season. So you're going to put all the work, all the baggage on him. Like, I feel like you should at least get some talent around him. Yes, Jimmy Butler helps, but you still have an aging Jimmy Butler who is 35, who will be 36 next season. So obviously, the Warriors' defense really teed up when, obviously, Jonathan Kuminga was out. We remember, they made their winning run when Jonathan Kuminga was not in the lineup. They were looking for Jonathan Kuminga to come back from injury, and look what the roster would look like with him back. But without him, they did look like a good roster, a playoff team roster, a great defensive roster. And Jonathan Kuminga obviously adds the athleticism, the defense. He still has to work on his shooting, but he adds the athleticism to this much-needed team that needs athleticism. Like, it's just confusing what the Warriors are doing, because they're putting all of the bags on. You're putting all of the baggage on Jonathan Kuminga, who's yet to show you that he can be a star. So why would you want to keep him if Steve Kerr obviously showed in the playoffs that he did not believe in him enough to throw him out there in the Rockets series and the Timberwolves series? You had to wait till Stephen Curry. You had to wait till the best player got out, so Jonathan Kuminga to obviously get some burn and show what he could do. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me how they treated Jonathan Kuminga, and now they expect him to sign the dotted lines where I want to resign, and they want him to resign with a team option, so now they could bring him back next year, even if Jonathan Kuminga plays better than his contract next year. Obviously, on this Warriors team right now, Jonathan Kuminga would most likely not be a starter, and Jonathan Kuminga wants to start in the NBA, and I think Jonathan Kuminga could potentially have a position to start on one of these teams in the NBA. Like, his suitors are the Kings and the Suns, and right now he can start on the Suns. Right now he could start on the Kings, and he could possibly be the best player on the Kings if they get rid of DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Malik Monk. Like, if you get rid of them three and you build around Jonathan Kuminga, like, yes, they're going to be terrible, but it gives Jonathan Kuminga an opportunity to show what he's capable of, and the opportunity that he will never be given on the Warriors, because it's obviously Stephen Curry's team. Everything revolves around Stephen Curry. The offense revolves around Stephen Curry. Even the defense, sometimes you have to hide Stephen Curry on defense. The defense revolves around, who do you think? Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler. There is no piece in the puzzle where Jonathan Kuminga fits in the Warriors. And now I feel like, I can't name this in the title, but I feel like they are holding Jonathan Kuminga hostage. Just let him go. Let him go in a signing trade, bro. I know you could get something for Jonathan Kuminga. I think your asking price is a little bit too high, but you're not going to get what you expect to get when you did not play the player in the playoffs, when you needed to play him, when he was looking good, and you sat him down again, and then he comes back when Stephen Curry gets injured, and he comes back and looks good again. So it just really doesn't make a lot of sense to me why you would want to retain a player which doesn't really fit your core right now. Yes, he fits your future, but does he fit the Stephen Curry timeline? I don't see that. But like I said, like, I'm not gonna act like Jonathan Kuminga is some superstar. He's some star, but he's just not. But I just feel like this Jonathan Kuminga situation is just getting dragged out. Like, it's getting way blown out of proportion. Like, Kuminga is going to keep declining these deals, and the Warriors obviously have rights to him. So if some team decides to overpay for Jonathan Kuminga, are the Warriors gonna do that? It really wouldn't make sense to me, and it really probably would make sense for both parties if Jonathan Kuminga plays a little bit and they decide to start him, because Jonathan Kuminga needs to get his value up because he does not want to be on the Warriors next season. Why would you want a player that doesn't want to be there? He wants to be played. He wants to be paid. He wants to look like obviously a franchise talent. Like he wants a franchise that needs him and wants him, and that's what Jonathan Kuminga wants, and that's how you're obviously going to get the best out of Jonathan Kuminga, because I feel like we've yet to see it. We've seen flashes, but we've yet to see star potential come out of Jonathan Kuminga. Like whatever, he had some good games. Yes, he has some good games once in a while, but he's never averaged above 18 points per game. Like his rookie season, 21-22, he averaged 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 0.9 assists. Second season, he averaged 10 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 2 assists. His third season, 23-24, he averaged 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And his last season, he averaged 15 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's never averaged above 27 minutes per game, and I'm pretty sure he wants that to go up. And that's not going to go up on this Warriors team, because the Warriors are obviously, like I said, they're building around Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green for the next 2 or 3 seasons, however long left they have in the NBA. This is Stephen Curry's team, and Jonathan Kuminga played his lowest amount of games because obviously, like I said, the Warriors made their run when Jonathan Kuminga was hurt and was inactive. Like he couldn't play. He was injured with the wrist, I'm pretty sure, for a large amount of games. And it's just, I don't know, bro. The situation sucks, bro. Like they're offering him 2 years, $45 million with a team option and a trade clause. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but it's just confusing to me, bro. And the Phoenix Suns, they offered Jonathan Kuminga 4 years, $90 million, and it was a signing trade for Royce O'Neal, Nick Richards, and 4 second-round picks. And I'm not gonna lie, that's not a bad deal. Like I was just seeing what Legend of Winning said on YouTube, but it's not a bad deal, bro. Like you're not gonna get much out of a player that you did not play. You showed that you didn't want on live television, on a national stage. Like you showed you had no use of him on your team anymore. So it just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Like I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like the situation just sucks for both parties, and it's people saying that, where the analysts saying that the Warriors haven't made a move this offseason because they're focused on Jonathan Kuminga, their restricted free agent, which makes sense to me, because imagine if Jonathan Kuminga turns out to be a star right after you let him go. Like that's why I feel like they're hesitant on doing that. But at the same time, you showed that you don't want him, so why keep him along the lines and try to keep him in check if you don't? If you showed already that you really have no use of him on your team, and what are you really doing it for? And Jonathan Kuminga, like on the all sides of this, like if he does get this opportunity to play on a different team than the Warriors, he has to show out. He has to show why he was deserving of this, and he has to show why, like, this wasn't just a waste of time. Everybody just waiting for the Warriors to do something. They literally haven't done a single thing. Like, I'm pretty sure they're the only team in the NBA that hasn't done anything, and that's on the lines of Jonathan Kuminga, their restricted free agent, which we knew was probably going to happen in April when Jonathan Kuminga was sitting on the bench, and we're wondering, is he healthy? Why is he not in the game? And then Jonathan Kuminga starts to go off, and they're like, oh shit, he's a free agent. And now you're obviously going to try to retain him because of how good he looked when Stephen Curry went out. But the whole situation, I feel like, has been dragged out, and I just want it to become a resolution, whether Jonathan Kuminga plays on the Warriors next season or he goes to another team. Like, I don't know, but let me know how y'all feel about the Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga situation. I just had it down as one of my videos, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and the channel icon's right here on the right, and there's a video on the left. Click one of them holes if you didn't watch it already, and subscribe. Help the channel grow, and I appreciate you.